We will start the 2,365th meeting of Darien Police Commission. And the first order of business is acceptance of the minutes of April 17th and 23rd. And I will second. All right. Okay, correspondence, none. Department activity, I hope there's some.
There is some activity.
Good.
On April 22nd, we had a report of a larceny from an elderly victim involving stolen checks from her residence. The Detective Bureau is investigating that. On the 24th, we had a commercial burglary at the BMW dealership on Ledge Road during the overnight hours. The front window was smashed and a key fob was taken from a desk. On the 26th, we had an overnight motor vehicle burglary on Plymouth Road, unlocked vehicle, nothing was taken. And also on the 26th, we had a larceny of a laptop computer from the Darien Library. The suspect was apprehended on the post road near the library shortly after the report, and an arrest was made. Subject was a 41-year-old Seattle, Washington resident, charged with larceny 6th degree. And on 4/28, another overnight motor vehicle burglary on Christie Hill Road, unlocked vehicle. Nothing appeared to be missing. At a point of note, we went over 2.5 months without a motor vehicle burglary, overnight burglary. So we
That's very good.
had a good streak for 2.5 months. Now we just had a couple of them. Hopefully this is an anomaly. We're doing our best to keep an eye on that. We're very encouraged that we haven't seen too many of them and that people were hopefully complying and keeping their vehicles locked up at night. So we'll be monitoring that very closely. And then our distracted driving campaign for the month of April ends today. I'll have some traffic stop figures for you at our next meeting as far as how that went. We did a lot of traffic stops in the past month for distracted driving.
Okay, then new business, unless there's old business,
Well,
unless maybe you have some.
we just have a couple traffic matters to discuss. We still have that parking situation on Nutmeg Lane that we talked about at the last meeting. When do they need a decision on that by?
The initial meeting came and went, but they were tabling it, I think, into the month of May. I think they'd be looking for it, though, something in the month of May from the Legal Traffic Authority.
I drove by it and looked at it. I don't see any reason to say no unless the neighbors don't like it, because it doesn't seem to be intrusive or anything. It seems perfectly fine, especially if we're gonna make the cut into the sidewalk.
Right.
To get the cars effectively off the road and then reestablish a sidewalk deeper in it.
Yeah.
It looks fine.
We're told this parking will not be on the travel portion of the highway, right?
Right, there will be no restriction of either lane that is there, and the parking will be pushed off the side, the sidewalk, the side will be behind it.
And it really doesn't affect the neighbors, does it? I mean, it's,
There's one house that is, in that stretch near the high school that I don't think it would affect traffic flow.
no, all right, and that's our concern. Yeah, I went by and I didn't see any.
If the town is putting a public amenity there to be used by the public, clearly there has to be some place for them to park, and the Board of Education is not looking for people to park on the campus during the week if they want to use that
Right, they
public
can,
amenity.
right.
So,
I mean, I'd be happy to say yes if we want to vote on it now, or we want to wait for it.
We can say that the Legal Traffic Authority is okay with it?
Yes.
Is that what they're looking for?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then Don can give you some information on the downtown project sidewalk issue.
yeah, for the Baywater project downtown, the state DOT came back with some recommendations to the developer down there, one of which it was looking for them to narrow the sidewalk widths in front of the complex on the post road. The developer clearly is trying to get as much sidewalk width as possible to promote pedestrian safety and pedestrian passage down there. There is going to be parallel parking, right? There's going to be a 10-foot right turn lane onto Corcoran Drive, and I think there's going to be an 11-foot straight lane through. That would necessitate the sidewalks being narrower than he's designed or their engineers designed. They want to, looking for a 9-foot sidewalk where the developer is looking for a 13-foot sidewalk. Now, 4 feet makes a big difference when you're talking about sidewalk widths and people's perception of safety and being off the travel portion of the road. I did write a letter to the DOT. As to the first selectman, she wrote her own letter about the sidewalk situation there. I think there probably, good afternoon, I think there should be some compromise that can be able to be reached where the developer would be happy with the sidewalk with the state would be okay with it. So that's where we stand on that one. I think reasonable people can find some reasonable compromise there. Just so you know, that letter isn't to the DOT. I haven't gotten a response back from them as of yet.
Do we have any timing on the project that you know about that?
This is where the DOT, it's still in their review process. This all has to be hammered out before they can put the gavel down for the final time and say, yes, this is approved, go ahead and do it.
Okay.
So I don't have a definitive timeline for you as of yet, but I think we're hopefully getting to the finish line of approval.
Okay. Okay, promotional testing update.
Yeah, just to review, we have promotional testing for all 3 ranks coming up with BadgeQuest, our vendor, on the 15th, 16th, and 17th. We have your Police Commission captain's interviews on the 14th, and then your interviews with the lieutenant candidates and sergeant candidates on Wednesday, the 29th. We should be all set for that. Everything's all set for the promotional testing, and we're good to go.
Okay. And do we know how many candidates that we have for the new position, for the patrolman position?
For entry-level testing, that's open till midnight tonight.
Okay,
So we haven't, right now, we're in the mid-40s on applications.
okay,
So we've had a number roll it. They just gave the CPCA exam on the 27th, I believe. So we had a number of applications come in after that.
okay.
We're
So-
hoping for a little better numbers, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, 40 isn't that bad.
These days, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll probably get a few more trickle in before midnight.
Okay. Okay. And that's entry level testing.
Yeah, once we do the test, then we're looking at the Police Commission is going to do, hopefully, entry level on the 16th, May
Right.
16th.
Okay.
Interviews. If that penciled
Okay.
in.
All right, and then the association contract with the town.
Right, just to let you know, it was voted on by the RTM, and it's all approved.
Okay.
So that was last week.
Okay. Very good. And since this is a special meeting, I'm not supposed to add anything more to it, I guess.
Pretty much it.
I guess I will,
Kind of a light meeting this
this
week.
may have broken the record, but anyway, we are now adjourned.
All right.